This year I'm building a $732,000 a year business. And this number is actually not random because I live in Italy, so my income should be in euros and I track my income in euros. And I'm going to break down the math behind the number, my offer, the acquisition system, traffic, fulfillment, and also how I chose what to focus on, right? So this video will actually be more tactical for myself and not really for you, but I hope that you can learn something too. Okay, so the number, why I chose 732,000, because minus 20% expenses, those are like my projected expenses for a year, is $585,000. Okay, that in euros is roughly half a million. Okay, and this is on the low end because the US dollar is not performing so well. Okay, so the goal in revenue is 61K US dollars a month. And I want to break down also the monthly income into clients and into like revenue per client, because it's actually a lot more achievable than what you think, right? Because I've basically no audience. I have a small IG. I just have a few clients that are like ongoing. So my business is not big at all, right? But I can still plan to make more than half a million euros in profit just because I know how to move in this little space that I created for myself. Okay, so 61K USD in revenue, it means free clients on RevShare for 15K per month. Okay, so free clients pay me 15K per month in revenue share, in profit share, whatever you want to consider, plus two consulting deals a month, each for roughly 7.5K. Maybe, as I said, is revenue, it's not cash collector, right? But at the end of the year, I hope to cash collect all I make, so the number at the end will add up, okay? So you might think that 15K per month from one client is kind of too much, right? But actually it's not high at all, right? Because the more I make, the more they make. So it's actually very good for them, because if they pay me 15K per month, it means that they're making like anywhere from 75 to 150K, right? Every single month in cash collected, not in revenue actually, because I take my rev share on cash collected. So always seven-figure run rate, and they get to pay me a small percentage of what I make just in order to get to keep the machine going and to actually be able to scale even further. Okay. And then, as I said, two consulting deals a month. I will explain more about the offer later in the video, but these are like very, very simple clients to fulfill, but very also fulfilling for myself. Okay. And one thing that if you're not clear on the number, you won't actually go anywhere. For example, last year I wanted to make 100K, right? Euros net income in my bank. Why I didn't achieve it completely, right? Because I wasn't clear, right? I didn't know how many clients I needed. I didn't know how many consulting deals I needed. I didn't know how to structure my business, how to get clients in a way that would allow me to make 100 grand a year in profit. Okay. And this number means that after taxes and expenses, I can save more than 200K euros this year to then pivot obviously in something bigger and more fulfilling, because I don't plan to do growth operating, client operating, whatever you want to call it, forever. Okay. Then we have the content breakdown. The aim is to post somewhere every single day. So not really YouTube Shorts, but I put it here because I know that lots of coaches are actually taking the IG Reels to YouTube Shorts as well. But YouTube Shorts, tweets, long form content on IG, basically everything. Okay, and the goal is actually very, very simple, because I want to drive people to follow me. They will be subscribed on YouTube, following me on X, or following me on IG. And these people who follow me are basically free leads for me, right? Because then I can message them, I can DM them, and if they're qualified, they're very, very likely, if they're inbound, to actually be open to hear more about my offers. And I'm not posting just to post, right? Every piece of content has a job to do, or at least in the beginning, I won't be as strict, But then with like time and me getting more help from other people, I would try to make every single piece of content have a sense into my ecosystem. So the whole goal of content is get attention, build trust, and make people want to work with me. And that can be consulting and there for you, okay? Because volume for me right now matters more than quality. I would rather get 100 leads and three of them are qualified than 10 leads and one of it is qualified, right? Because even if the percentage of 1 to 10 is a lot higher of qualified leads, I would rather get three and try to get 100 instead of like just keeping one. And I actually learned this last year that you can just spam content and then something will actually click and work. And one of my rules is that every post needs to speak to my ideal client. So these are info businesses owners already making 15 to 30K per month who are stuck and actually want to scale because if they make anywhere from 75 to 150K, they're very, very likely to pay me at least 15K per month. And that's the whole goal behind a client. If they can pay me 5K per month, I probably wouldn't take it, right? Because I don't see the potential of them being long term for the whole year and they can pay me for the whole year. If let's say they can pay me 10K a month for the next 2 months and then they can actually scale with pay advertising and more content, I'll try to have a bet on them, but I'm not completely sure. I will see the specific situations. So I want to work with beginners and not people trying to figure out the basics, right? People who already have something that is actually working in this moment. So it's bringing 15, 30K per month, but it needs help scaling on fixing what's broken. And basically, for me, content is the top of the funnel, and DMs are where everything will happen because I will try to DM every single follower that I gain. Okay, and this is a pretty simple system. Then I want you to break down the offers. So I'm running two offers this year, as I said. The first one is Done With You Consulting. So it's 4 months at a fixed price and you get all these deliverables. We basically build your offer together after I do the market research for you. So you actually know who you're selling to. And you get a roadmap, all the SOPs that I have, basically everything laid out step by step. Okay. And the goal is to give people who want to do their work themselves everything I know so they can just basically plug and play the strategy. I also plan to run a guarantee on this offer, not like make your money back in X days or I will refund you, but something like more on the low end, but to make it more appealable for beginners, okay? And with this, I also want to try out running ads for myself, but I will speak on that later. So second offer is done for you. So this is mid-size setup fees plus 10 to 20% profit share for a minimum of 4 months. So I know that I have the time to actually scale the client and not just like do a quick eat and dump and make like 5K from it. Because for me, from the whole goal, it doesn't make sense. And this is the RevShare model. I do everything, so market research, funnel, sales management, backend, tracking, etc., etc. And they basically get a partner in this business for a small percentage. And we create the day roadmap together. We set clear goals, and I only make money if they make money. So that's like the good part of it. And it's as simple as that. If they do good, I will do good. So it's better for us both to achieve really great results. And two offers, uh, the aim is to get everyone results. So and to give everyone the best product for their specific situation, right? So let's go into network. Also, the whole aim to get clients this year and what I will do extra to get clients is I will expand my network. I will try the best, okay? Obviously, I don't really care about networking. blah blah chit chat. But I actually believe that other people have very, very good opportunities for me and for the people that they know to work with me, right? Because funny enough, all my best clients didn't come from cold outreach or content. They actually came from intros, from people I knew who connected me with someone who needed help, right? And those were the best partnership that I ever had. So even if I'm shy as hell in real life, I will try to build a strong relationship with everyone that I see in the space. And also, I want to have more fun in the process, right? Because business is actually better when you like the people you're around. So if I actually enjoy being with a client, our work will be 100 times better. And to be honest, last year I spent too much time running alone, and that's not sustainable for me in the long term. And this year, I will be more intentional with who I will spend my time with, and I will only spend my time with people who are driven and see the vision, right? Even obviously, if their car works, they need to work hard to make the vision happen, okay? So then we have my clients and traffic. So my clients, for me, to be honest, as a person, fulfillment is basically everything. Like content, getting new clients is on top, but my main focus will still be fulfillment because that's how I'll make most of my money. And basically, you can have the best salespersons in the world, but if you don't deliver, it doesn't matter. So for the done for you clients, I'm building an entire ecosystem, and I cannot abandon the idea that one funnel will always work for everyone. So this year, I will double down on the perfect fit between funnel clients. For example, if you're good at speaking and your audience is not only teenagers, 16 years old who want to make money online, our main focus will be Primera, for example. And right now, I'm running an offer that's 95% cold, and we're running low ticket to high ticket funnel for M, right? And it's getting good results in a separated niche because it's to fitness people who want to become coaches. So we all know that niche, right? Also, I'm setting up my clients' sales process, training the sales team if needed, and if they have one. And if they don't have a sales team, I will just train the offer owner or to close them themselves until we don't reach the point where we can hire a closer. Okay. So I put a lot of effort into tracking because you need to know what's working and what's not. And the main reason why people don't scale is because they don't know their numbers. They don't know the close rate, show up rate, average cash collected per call, all these metrics. Okay. And the last thing that I'm doing for them, right, is helping them refine the product because if they actually get really good results for their clients, more people will get referred and we will make more money with less marketing. Okay, because you cannot really scale a bad product. You will just create more refunds, headaches, and basically closed WOPs Stripe account. Okay. Instead, for my Done With You clients, is a bit more about strategy and guidance. I'm not doing it for them, but I'm showing them exactly what to do. So I will do the market research, then I will let them do the offer creation, positioning, acquisition, tracking, all of it. They do the work, I make sure they're doing everything right, and they will basically have all the SOPs for every single task, so it's very, very easy to replicate. Then, the second to last point is traffic. I'm not just relying on organic this year, even if my goal is to post a lot of content. Content is still the foundation, but I want to add a paid ads to the mix. Only meta ads, not YouTube, not other stuff. And the thing is that organics gets you so far, but you cannot really build a business, a, a solid business with just content DMs very quickly, right? So with ads, you can actually do it faster, and I need to do it faster in order to achieve my goal of 61K per month. And later in the year, I need to up the volume as well because obviously in let's say January, February, and March Q1, I won't be doing already 61K, right? Because I'm building a foundation. So then later in the year I have to have more volume in order to have the goal achieved by 2027. Okay, I will still create content every single day because that's what builds trust and authority, in my opinion. But I'm also putting money behind the content that's already working. So simple creatives, free for variation, two different type of ads, and that's really it. So I will test, track, and scale what is actually working. Okay. So last point, then we'll wrap up the video. Key lesson from last year. Okay, content is key because if you're not creating content, you are invisible. I didn't create content until probably September. Okay, on like a good note, and that was a big error, right? Because if I started last January, for example, I would probably already have a 732K per year business, right? Because it's the only way to build trust at scale without spending fortune on ads. Then I learned that I don't need partners, right? Because I tried many partnership last year. They all sound promising. They all did make me like a bit of money, but they never work out great, right? So I make more money and have way less stress doing it alone than with someone else that's even more advanced than me. Okay. Then trying something new is better than keeping the old, even if you're unsure. Okay. I was actually scared of pivoting my offer. I was scared to leave my partners, scared to see my income drop down. I did it anyway, and honestly, that was the best decision I made. Okay. Even with funnels, we are all scared of taking down the VSL because that's like evergreen. You always get deals from it, right? But it's not always bad because then you can um, try something new. For example, a webinar that will work way better because you can grow if you're not willing to let go of what's comfortable. For example, VSL or partnership, right? So to wrap up the video, this is my basic plan for 2026. So 732K in revenue, which is half a million euros after taxes and expenses. So in profit, I will need 3 for you hybrid clients on Rapture and 2 with you consulting deals a month. Okay, so my goal is to make content every day, expand my network, implement paid ads on top of organic, and fulfillment that is very dialed in, so it can actually work. And if you're stuck at 15 to 30K per month and you want help scaling from 75K to 150K, DM me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.